Hi, this is Mia. This is Thursday, 1/6/2022. I don't feel so good. Mentally, physically. Ooh, what did I accidentally push? Some kind of control panel. Mentally, physically. I want to show you this shirt that I got from Frankie Crochets. It's just like a triangle. I really like it. When I first put it on, I was like, oh my god, it's so flimsy. And then I wore it like a couple times, and then I washed it. And I tried. I don't know. I think it is her website, Frankie Crochets. I want to put this information, at least the name of the person, in my what you call it? Oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. I want to put her name in my comments or in my description, and I have a hard time remembering. I need to edit my videos, and I need to be able to label them and tag them correctly. Some of them I put out for you all, it's like such an important and urgent message or educational thing or medical thing, and then I don't label them, so you guys won't see by the title. I'll just put like check-in or something. And if I do talk about different topics, it will be a little bit of this, then this, then this, then this. So sometimes I should do that now. Sometimes I do a sticky note, and so I'll write the date. So I can't remember yesterday's worth anything. So it looks like my battery. Looks like I still have battery. So yesterday I pretty much woke up and there's a 24-hour NA meeting. So I'm gonna say, why don't I look it up? Because I don't know. I'm like sitting here like I don't know how to spell it. I want to advertise her business. I bought my kids hats last year. I don't think I bought anything else but these 3 items. She has scarves. I showed you my scarf, I think, yesterday that I made. I've made hats. I made a hat and it was floppy. Did I make another hat before? I think I made a normal hat in the past, like a way past. She does really nice stuff. I don't know, like for my items. Let me show you that are crocheted. They're usually cotton or wool or a wool blend. I haven't done alpaca, and I haven't seen that I can remember 100% wool, because it's basically coming from Walmart, or that one might have come from Joanne when I went to Portland and brought that back. I had to make sure that I didn't lose my needles in the check-in crochet or hooks, I guess. Let me go ahead and look. But I'm really frustrated. Hold on. Your package is now out for delivery today. This was supposed to be here on Monday. It's Thursday. It's no one day, guys. Come on. So I'm gonna try to change my attitude. I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna change my attitude towards myself and not have so much self-hate. Because if the rest of the world hates you and doesn't count on it's not about not counting. Like, people are surprised that I go to all my medical appointments. Like, they already devalue me and stereotype me because I'm black. And I want my shoulders back and my head up. I got criticized yesterday for watching a news story about, what's her name, Gwen. It's not whoever comes up with the ST at the beginning of their name. It's Gwen from a church in Tennessee. I can't remember the name. And I went to watch a survivalist video, and I think I would have had to pay for it or something. And you know how you get suggested videos? I ended up watching about the weight loss or something ministry. And I'm interested in how leaders and members and people interested, like, it's really fascinating to me how we can make someone a guru or they make themselves into a guru. And then there's one point that I wanted to, I said, this is one of these, and my heart gets excited. So, like, these girly movies, I have no idea what it's going to be about. It starts out, so I didn't even know it was going to be about that. It starts out, spoiler, with so there's 3 episodes on HBO. It starts out with a plane crash where they couldn't find the passengers. And so I'm here looking at, what is it? There's one called The Edge. There's one called, then there's the Immunent, or there's this proper movie or a survival movie that starts with an R. I watched that one already where the guys are out getting pelts. Anyways, somehow it led me, I can't remember. There's like The Edge and the something. This is why I need to take more notes so I can share with you. I'm really visual. I can see it in my vision, but I don't even remember that other movie. Anyways, I thought it was going to be potentially trying to... Okay, so the airplane crash where people survive up in the mountains were some of the other suggested movies, either through YouTube or whatever other channel app I was using. So I don't know why this one came up. I said, let me watch it while my boyfriend is gone, because he judges me on what I watch. And occasionally some movies have some kind of action and pretty young women, and he's going to be like, leave his TV, oh, you actually picked something good. Like, everything is a comment. And he is a man that's been trained that the man is in charge of almost every society in this world. And I think, let's see if I can put this very anonymously. For whatever reason, my own self-confidence, it's not even self-confidence. I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in God. It's that I guess I have the low self-esteem from the abuse, and I have low self-esteem as far as how society treats me as an individual and me as a black person. This is his cousin. I have really bad tooth pain, by the way. So law of attraction, the universe. What is it when your parents are proud of you? When you have a certain look or demographic where people say, even colorism, if you're a person of color, you have lighter eyes, lighter skin, longer, silkier hair, you're esteemed, or you've got this privilege, and you're pushed up, and you get away with more stuff. One of the first NA meetings I went to, I think it was a Lutheran church in northeast Portland, Oregon. It was a candlelight service on Fridays at 8 o'clock. Somebody is sharing, this man was sharing, and he said, a lot of you have used for a long time. And he says, look at all the kids in here. All these kids are, did he say that or did I say that? Anyways, one of us was like, all these kids are really nice looking for the society's nice looking, just cute as a button. Didn't matter. Like my kids were mixed. A lot of people that you see when I go to meetings, their kids are a little blonde, whether they stay blonde or not. People would value that and put that as a beauty standard. But he said, you've gotten away. You're not in jail. You've gotten away with using and being an addict for so long. So we're in there sober or clean, and so clean, I guess the word. And he's like, you're either really good looking or really smart to have lasted out there in your active disease for so long. And that is his opinion. Maybe he has some scientific proof. But I was like, I used to be like, for a black chick, I hate people's wording, but I used to be kind of cute and laid back. And my hair was still a mess, and my skin was still horrible. My weight was always a struggle. But I was popular with men and friends with women and could get jobs and get paid. If you get a crappy job, you get paid crappy. But I got paid a little bit more fair, I guess is the word. Not really considering my education stuff, but it's the type of job. If you get a job at a certain place, I'm not just going in like now with all this experience, education, and making $10 or $20 less per hour than the other employees that are side to side with similar job titles. That's the point. So I thought I was one of those smart ones, I got like a nervous tick and twitch because I'm so nervous talking to you guys. I was good at public speaking until I fried my brain. So let's see if I can. I'm trying to think. Is her name Frankie with a Chie or a Y? I feel like it's the Y looks funny. Let me put the mute on in case I accidentally shoot, so it's not showing up very well. Let me try it with would you do it like Frank E? Like Frankie, maybe. With a K. This is it Etsy Frankie Crochet. That's not it. Crochet bikinis. So I get in this discussion and I turn on the TV and I see, or look at the internet and I see women hardly wearing any clothes, just enough to legally cover their nipples and their vaginal area. And I see men in the same pictures that have like a shirt buttoned all the way up, a jacket over it, a tie, so you can't even have them bend over. They're covered from here all the way down to their toes. You're seeing they got on a dress coat. You're seeing half of their hand and fingers and their head, not even their whole neck. And so a woman can wear plunging down, and it's the same temperature in those buildings. It's the same temperature outside. I've seen people all the time wearing some kind of bloomers or something where whatever they're wearing, they have a coat that goes right to the top or right to the bottom of their butt. And I don't see any clothes, just legs. Like, it's 31 degrees outside. Like, so I said, what if you swapped? And what if what I say you don't understand? You don't say I get it. You just say, oh, you're making me feel bad. What if you're not trying to say dress how you want to dress. You're trying to say swap it around, or I'm trying to say see it a different way is what my point was. Swap it around and have the men wearing these tiny things. If they want a bow tie, have a bow tie around their neck and a tiny, not even boxer shorts, a tiny little, the tightest thong bikini underwear. And turn the TV on and see how you feel. At first, you're going to turn the TV off. You're going to start reading books without pictures. Put that in every magazine, every billboard. Make the woman dress from here down with a hat on, and you can see like the Muslims have their hands, maybe the tops of their feet, and some of them don't even have anything more than their eyes, and see how uncomfortable it makes, or see how your person who's attracted to men gets a little bit shy and nervous looking at the news because they're dressed like that, or looking at a music video because they're dressed like that, or looking at a TV show. Look at Naked and Afraid. Look at what the cameraman could be a woman, the cameraman could be gay. Who's instructing, who's directing this? Who cuts in when the woman gets undressed and she pulls off her top and pulls off her panties and they're zooming in on her? And the man, they just are like, oh, the man's talking, they got the top of his head. He throws down his underwear and walks away. And from a long distance, you might see the blurred of his butt. Like, why don't they do that to him? Why don't they make him look, seducing? You know what I mean? Like, they don't understand that they're targeted and that it's so ingrained. Come here from another planet and write a news article. Heck, make it a peer-reviewed research article and see how it makes you feel, because little boys, babies, look at the TV and see that stuff and it becomes normal. I'm not saying anything about envy because they have a body enough to wear a string bikini. What I'm talking about is turn the tables and see how it makes men feel. Okay, and it's hard for me to put in words. Let me go to Facebook. But think about that. Sometimes they have stories and women are stories, are shows where women are seeing, I don't know, the men undressing. They had something in Vegas, I didn't go to it, Let's see if I can find, this person put so many. I thought that was somebody's stretch marks. So there's a picture. I'm on a lot of pregnancy, birth-related groups on Facebook and Instagram. Though I see somebody's pregnant belly with henna tattoos, holding, like, a black or brown person holding their belly. There's a different vibe when somebody wears something cut or laced a certain way, and I'm not against it. I started wearing different types of lingerie when I was completely single. I had been single for over 15 years, wore it for myself. I don't even know if I wore this stuff out in public. I said, do it for yourself, because the world doesn't appreciate your body. The world doesn't appreciate your friendship. The world doesn't appreciate your mind. That's me as an individual. A lot of women I know are being appreciated, are being valued. A lot of women are being blessed by the world so much that they get a lot more for being dumb as a doorknob. But they go to the salon and get their hair and nails done. They go get better clothes. The more money they get, or the more money that they snag a wealthy husband, they get their house, their car, their type of dog that they have, the type of purse and jewelry they have. It just keeps getting better and better and better. And that's not everyone. People say, oh, well, we're privileged, we don't have all that. It's like, do you want to assert yourself? This person went and pursued some kind of degree, a simple degree, and they were able to leverage that minimal education with their look. Even as a black person, that's not going to change my skin color. If I were to even wear a wig out in public right now, there would be so much difference. And the people that are like me, supposedly jealous, would be more like I'd be frowned upon more. Okay, here she is. So I don't know It is Frankie with the. I'm trying to find and help. Okay, so this is made by Frankie. Oops. Sometimes she has. This is Crochet by Frankie, so that might be why I'm trying to help. So the crochet by on this is one word, crochet by, and space Frankie. Okay, so it's on Big Cartel. Okay, so this is. This is really hard to write on a sticky note. So that whole thing that I started with about being different will hopefully, I'm going to burst into tears. It'll hopefully make it easier to learn and be more willing to edit the videos. I am ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed. When I used to wear my hair in a headband and wore the minimal amount of makeup, I felt a little bit put together. And now I feel, and I was thinner, which is not necessarily about the body, besides ill-fitting clothing, but it's about this triple chin, all this stuff. So this person has not been able to sleep, so let's do a care. Let's do a care. How do you do this? Let's do a care. Okay. Let's go ahead and try to figure out. I have about a bazillion web pages open. So let's go ahead and, oh my gosh. Right. Crochet, create. Okay, so crochet, C-R-O-C-H-E-T, creations by, it looks like I left it. I just put Frank, I didn't put Frankie, by Frankie.BigCartel.com. Okay. Alright, so that was it. And that Frankie does have a Y. So adult caps, sold out. I like her presentation. She's got a pumpkin spice hat. I'm about to buy it. I don't know if she's 25 or 38. That's a dread hat, $38. I thought I just saw the price and I didn't see it. She's got scarf set. That looks more like a wrap, but that doesn't have a price. I'm not clicking on it right now because I'll get more sucked in and distracted. I don't know if she has an Etsy shop. As I thought she had. I feel like she puts her Facebook group. What was that? She is on here more than once. You know how people put their for sale items in their Facebook? Let's see. So they'll put, yeah, she has. So this one just is showing that it's almost done. I should be asleep, guys. It's 6:52. So she has another. This sucks. She has another page that's sucks. I wanted to try to see if you can find her on. Maybe it is the Crochet by Frankie on Facebook. I want to see if you can try to be added to the group. Because I believe she'll put she'll have these certain things on sale, like $10 or a bundle, scarf set, hat. with the pockets in the scarf for like 65, or blankets are what, 500, queen size I think. I feel like she has raffles. It's either $3 or $4 per raffle. Winner gets all. So she'll have like, so I wanted to share because this person is a single parent and of 3 children, very quite young, not toddlers, but younger in age. And I just want to support other people's businesses, especially when I have one of their products. So this one is a tie in the back, see? Like, oh my gosh, I can't turn around enough. But it's basically this, and it's kind of crisscross. And then it has the loops here. Let's talk about dreams. I'm just recalling, I had a dream, and I ended up, it was almost like the high school, us go to high school parking lot, and we end up giving someone a ride, and they were one of the DJs or someone from the show, and there's a bunch of cars, there's like a bunch of parking spots in the grass, and then there was tarps, and some people had already parked their car on these tarps, but there was plenty of space in between, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea. If you back in there when the concert's over or whatever, you can just drive out the driveway to the main road and not have to be back in there. And I was like, oh wow, it might not be that easy as a person driving, or didn't do that. And we saw the dude we gave a ride. There was like a big truck, and there was already like at least 2 or 3 people in the front seat of the truck, and there was like 3 people in the back. And it's like, wait, that was your ride? Don't those people, aren't those people very, what's the word I'm looking for? Reliable. Like they stood you up, man. I had my hair up. I haven't been putting my hair up lately. I think I'm just gonna go do some laundry and then wash my hair and then just get ready for work and potentially go in early because I'm in a super bad mood. The only reason I'm not trying to go in early is because I'm tired and my food is supposed to come and they put it in weird spots. Oh, is that a sequence? There's a picture of it, a sequence that gets tangled up in my hair. She has different items and clothing items. I make my own stuff out of clothes, or out of cloth and out of yarn. As you see, this blanket I made out of necessity because I was used to having an Afghan on my head. I thought I brought one over on the airplane. What happened to it? So then I actually bought an Afghan. I don't like buying bedding. St. Vincent's left it in the back of the vehicle for months because I had to get to the laundromat to wash it. At least 2 weeks. I was super paranoid. Just bedding and a lot of other bedding all clumped up together. It's probably on like a quilt stand or something. Empowerment. I don't know the definition, but the word comes to mind to empower women. And it doesn't matter to me if you identify as a woman, if you're trans, if you're born female and you trans to male and you still want to think about these thoughts, it doesn't matter. I don't want to be gender neutral when I discuss this, only because of my pronouns, and like these tarot cards, mine from today, like from right now, from the present. Things could change. This video could change. I could withdraw this video. If you're pretty and thin and slender and have breasts, even if you bought them, and butt implants, people have butt lifting underwear, and you do your hair. I know many white women that get extensions, hair dye, hair bleach, and even if you're natural beauty, and if people don't think your face is beautiful, but you have this long flowing hair, something I don't have, you're gonna get looked at. by men and women, by people that are attracted to people in your gender or even not. Women are going to compare themselves to others and say, I'm walking down the street, my partner's looking at all these different people of all these different ages. The skimpier and the more made up they are, the more longer they stare. So that's your result. It's not like when I was a kid, Mom was like, okay, you gotta do these certain things, you gotta dress a certain way, you gotta wear the pantyhose, you gotta wear, well, she didn't really say it to your makeup. My dad was buying me makeup, my mom was having me do my hair every single day. We weren't going out if our hair wasn't done, like the bare minimum. I would have probably got spanked for, I forgot to wear a bra one day when I was like 9, I got spanked for it. She said my boobs were jiggling and men were looking at me. And so when men say they're attracted, women are, and underage girls are attractive, thin, the hair is still thick and full. One thing, it doesn't matter if they're obese or not, that I notice about young girls together, like me and my friends, giggling, laughing. If you came from a decent family, even if it was abusive like mine, you still often got food and got to go to movies once in a while, and you smiled. You didn't have to worry about your bills. You didn't have to worry about, like, it sucks to say even abuse. You didn't have to worry about, oh, how are my kids going to eat tonight? Or I just failed a medical school test. My career is gone the toilet. Like, there's not those stresses. There's other stresses, and there's bullies, and there's sexual assault, and uncle, you know what I mean? But that's what you see, and it reminds me of me giggling with my friends. I had abs, the greatest ab muscles. I wish I had pictures for you. I don't think they were that great, but I know they're better than they are now. Plus, I have diastasis from birth, but stretch marks, among other things, extra fat cells. But that youth, that dreamy state of having a crush on a guy, and the aspiring, what I see and hear in the voice of my own children, the aspiring and ambition to go out and conquer whatever challenges in the world you feel you can support. And as a 45-year-old who was in the womb, abused in the world, a few years after segregation, there's still segregation. I've gone from optimistic, being in medical school, yes, I'm going to do it, I'm going to deliver babies, and I'm going to finish that Chinese medicine program so I can provide that to my naturopathic, my Chinese medicine, and my birthing families. And I was doing a massage certificate I was going for. And all my dreams got crushed. And my job right now is to go to Queen Anne's County to pick up trash off the ground. The earlier the better. I just got an email to pick up drunk people's mess from the night before. This is to be a patrolling ranger. My tickets have officer's signature and ID on the bottom. But I went to medical school to use my mind and my hands as far as a massage or examinations or minor surgery or injections or delivering babies. And my career has turned into writing tickets, getting yelled at, picking up nasty stuff. I'm not saying that that job is not important and that people apply for a job and that there's a lot of people that pick up trash and recycling and clean up parks and other people's poo-poo, dog poo, and needles and stuff. But to $12 to $13 an hour to picking up people's bottles that they peed all over and trying to empty them out without splashing it on your clothing, and not even having enough money to buy a trailer for $386 a month because your job pays too low. The trailer had a brand new washer and dryer. I don't have a washer and dryer. I have one pair of work pants that's almost fit. And I have to come home with this crap splashed on me. I've never washed my coat. Every time we go to the laundromat, it's $90. Plus or minus. And that's not even drying everything all the way. Either on purpose, because it's like wool, or because I'm out of money, out of time, the place is closed, and the dryer is like luke cold, like just like cold air blowing, and you're like, I could just hang it up in a heated apartment. So I'm gonna tell you what, guys. I'm gonna count my blessings. That's the only job that didn't lay me off. The only job that hired me. Of all the other jobs that I really wanted. Medical jobs and medical facility director jobs and stuff. I think some of these folks saw my impressive resume and they saw my skin color, and I knew that they crossed me off. There's one right up the street. COVID happened, and I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't have that job. I didn't want that responsibility. The director could say, we need to do COVID measures now. Like, if it was my facility, and I would do COVID measures. But sometimes you don't have the funding. Sometimes you don't have the staff. Sometimes people are out sick. Sometimes you're just like, oh my gosh, what do? We need face shields. We need tests. And the supply chain is messed up. You're trying to buy stuff from a third party. You're getting ripped off on Amazon. The stuff's taken 6 months to get here, 3 months to get here from China on a boat. So let me pause it and just meditate for a minute. I want to come back to all this stuff, even in my relationship, that's angering me, and I'm going to let go and let God. 706, have God guide me to exactly what I need to do as a woman, identifies as a woman, identifies as a heterosexual monogamous woman, and being made to feel like I'm the problem with the world, that I'm too restricting as far as not having an open relationship, not having this, not having that, being blamed because my partner's not talking and texting with other women. And for all I know, he is. People say online, look online, look, men, oh, my partner found this, or will my partner get mad if they find this on my phone or my computer? And the men are like, you need to hide it. You need to erase your history every time. It's not about changing to conform to what your relationship or your marriage vows were, but to hide so that you appear to be conforming. But why do women sacrifice so much? Give up talking to their male friends. Give up hanging out with their gal friends. Don't go to as many social activities. A man's complaining, oh, you went to volunteer at the children's hospital? Oh, you went to pass out food for old people? What about me? So you want me to sit here and watch you look at skimpily dressed women with silky hair on TV and ignore me and tell me I'm talking too much when I tell you that your bill is due? And I don't want you to have the lights shut off or get a freaking late fee or lose your stuff in your storage unit, Everything that I sacrifice You feel the weight of the family on your back. You feel used and abused like a slave. This is me talking to me. Unappreciated. Let me tell you something before I pause this. I have this shirt. If I take this off, it's pretty. You could see, like, probably if it start moving around, you could see the bottom of my breast. That's why I can't. That's why it's hard to sleep with all this noise. I'm wearing this sexy underwear that is like open in the back, but it has these straps and it's red with lace in the front, and it's got like openings and this like strappy with another. I think it has another lace. I'm not going to show you that right now because I don't know how appropriate that is. Every time I wear this, sounds like something rubbing on something. Every time I wear this, my boyfriend doesn't even notice. He noticed this shirt once. I wore this shirt all day yesterday. He didn't notice. He said, "Is that for me?" So I'm going to have him getting excited at other people and not giving me a certain type of attention. I want to try to keep it fresh, keep it fun. But the fun and fresh stuff that I do is not recognized. And then the eyes stray. And so I say, poor me. I get on a pity pot. Because it's not that he's in there typing up a article or, ironing clothes or shining or cleaning shoes and doing something productive. He's doing entertainment and giving energy. Every time we watch a show, every time we click on a news, every time we click on an article, all those people get paid. So you're contributing to somebody else's multi-million-dollar income. Meditate 5 minutes, setting a timer. Hi, this is Mia. I had a hard time. I just wanted to break down in tears. So I just did a 5-minute meditation. A lot of it with my eyes closed, but there's a bunch of garbage trucks and semi-trucks going in. There's 2 buildings. There's a very narrow pathway, and they're honking and carrying on and making all kind of noise. So finally got my eyes open, but I could still meditate like that. At first, my mind was thinking like, armor, like, go for it, follow your dreams. Don't let someone else's hatred of you cause you to hate yourself. And then at the end, in the middle, I thought about ironing my clothes for my eBay store and getting that stuff sold so I can get that stuff out of here. And at the end of my meditation, I felt completely lost, unwanted, neglected. My partner is saying that every girl watched Disney movies when they were a kid. I actually don't remember watching Disney movies. I remember watching Pocahontas when I was older. It was on the military base. Mom took me to watch Pocahontas, but it was, maybe I was 14. I was a teenager. I went to watch Pocahontas, and I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I don't even remember. I watched that recently. I think out here, like maybe in the past 2-3 years. Anyways, Snow White did come on. I think it was Saturday morning, it was like every Saturday morning at the same time. Snow White came on for like a half an hour. It was like a cartoon. All I remember was Snow White. All I focused on was the dwarves. She had these helpers and these guys that she was friends with that had a diamond mine or something. Like, I had that on King's Quest 4 for the PC. They had the dwarves and the girl and the. Oh, excuse me. I don't remember my ideals. I didn't have any judgment against gays. I didn't have any judgment about interracial couples. I grew up where there was mainly whites, so I had crushes on white boys. There was, in my school, they were younger than me. I don't remember any black men or black boys in my high school at my grade level. The one under me, there was Johnny. I was friends with him. And there was that, Green, okay, last name Green, who played the saxophone, or the trombone. I'm trying to even think of. I don't even. Oh, there was one boy I saw growing up named Solomon. I believe he was older than me. I don't know if everyone was older than me. I don't know if he's in the same grade or probably one grade up. I remember 3 black males in a school of over 400 students. Like, I'm like literally trying to rack my brain. So everyone at a younger age was like little blonde guys, and these guys were related and cousins and from up north. So it wasn't. So when my hormones were forming, I had crushes on these guys. The first crush, and unfortunately, someone who sought to have sex with virgins was named Chris, and he had dark hair, white skin, and probably brown eyes. And then he introduced me to my next boyfriend, who was at least 2-timing me and stopped talking to me. I ended up marrying this gal from there that was mixed race. This guy was black. But I don't remember white. I don't remember anybody. Oh, he introduced me. My ex-boyfriend had this friend who was black called, and I was like, oh, I'm not interested. And then this guy called and said, you are going to be my girlfriend. Did you see Macaulay Culkin and, oh my gosh, what is that movie with the club kids? The Michael Alex story? Is it the Macaulay Culkin? There's 2 different versions of that. I can't remember what it's called. It's like, you're going to be my next girlfriend. They say that in that movie, that documentary. So I was just like, I guess, like, I didn't fight it. This guy ended up getting my address, coming over, meeting my mom. Like, I was just like, okay. And he's like, you are going to be my girlfriend. Hung up. He was on, like, a payphone or something with my ex-boyfriend sitting there at McDonald's, giving him my number. That people, we used to memorize our numbers. 1540. Noise distracts me. The news stresses me out. People think that, oh, that's the news, I'm an adult, I'm being responsible. But you're just like giving them numbers. You're just like, they're trained. Like, I took telecom classes, didn't realize how trained and how forced and how regulated it is, and how you have people on the edge saying that you need to increase the ratings, right? I mean, I'm a sucker for what I like to watch. I criticize my boyfriend for the news because I'll be in a deep sleep, feel sick, get woke up in the middle of the night, and it's just like blah 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 blah. This person died, this person murdered, this person raped, this person killed. But in other news, ha ha ha, such and such got a puppy, ha ha ha. Like, and you're just like, this is so sinister to me. Like, to go from this thing where you want to break into tears to just laughing with your co-host, and like, I don't know, it's just weird. I feel like there should be some kind of moment of silence for those still suffering. Like, in my meetings, it's not my meaning. That's why, if the real world was like my meanings and my spiritual path, and those can be cultish too, but if my real world is like that, then I wouldn't keep seeking this for sanity's sake and serenity's sake, to try to use the tools. You can go to a shop or a store, and they could be downright filthy, like, as their behavior, and nasty and racist. You need the tools because you're broke down the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. You got to get that toolbox and those tools and go fix your freaking car or your bike or whatever you're fixing, right? So I feel like you can go in to a place that you might not think is perfect and come back out with the tools you need to survive. another freaking day, folks. Do you hear me? But to have people be so brainwashed and tell me that I'm the brainwashed person, I'm woke, and I'm an awoken person. I can see the sociological, the archaeological, the psychological. I can see how everything is, you're being programmed from the time that you're conceived and the noises that you hear while you're in the womb, the arguments between your parents, the laughing that your mom has, the cigarette smoke, that there's trauma with people dealing with racism, systemic racism causing premature labor, killing folks. Guys, come on now. Cervical ripening, it's as though you're running from the lion and you can't run pregnant. You need to dispose of the baby. Not dispose, but to drop the baby and either carry them or hide them somewhere. You know, it's like there's some kind of fight or flight going on with association to how my black folks are having heart attacks and strokes, and they're eating healthy and exercising, having birth issues higher compared to white folk, higher compared to Latino, higher compared to Asians. And it's sickening because it's a worldwide issue. It's sickening. And nobody cared about that. And they're going to say that I'm the problem, that I caused this, that I contribute to why people treat my kind race like they're racist towards me because I exist. That's what you're saying, because I exist, you know. But the end of this, it'd be like if I was looking into a crystal ball. And the end of this would be, the end of this video would be like me looking at a crystal ball. And it's some of those images I just gave you. You could see it happening. I wonder if crystal balls and like the people that read them were really visual like me. Like you see the vision, you have the dream, you have a deja vu, but the words are difficult. It's not like you're reading a horoscope. This is gonna happen. This is your lucky number thing. And it turns into a storm. It turns into chaos. It turns into the storm where you trek along with, like the other day, zero visibility, fog and whiteout snow conditions. Or 0.1 visibility. Where it's, for me, like that's 0.0, so don't drive like that. For me, it was such a storm like the other day. I didn't go out and drive during that storm. Zero visibility. You're a traveler in this world. And you have to pull over and, why these aren't sticky, they should be sticky. Just pause. Build a shelter, build a fire, melt some water, and live. Stay warm in the elements. That's what it feels like. And I just had a cold draft just go across me. I was begging God to guide me last night. I was writing it. I was typing it. I don't know if I handwrite. I meant to handwrite. I was grasping for strings of God to let me grab on with my whole life at stake and lift me up out of a situation and guide me, drop me gently down to where He wants me to be and where I need to be. As I look at the ceiling like this, I think of the virus and that hunker down, stay alive. Don't order any more food. Don't worry about your weight. You got clothes that fit. You got a coat that fits. Get a little snug in the hips, but get your store going back on. Back to selling stuff. Get that stuff out of here so that you declutter. Take your meds. You run out of meds, make the teas that you have bought to replace the meds. Don't have to pay. What is this? You don't have to try to keep paying. What do they try to charge for this stuff? $40, $25 a bottle. Someone's telling me to stay put. Someone's telling me there's a storm, but you gotta survive. And then you're in. This sounds like desperation. You're in a predicament. Oh, this tea started. There's old. You're in a predicament. That's what's the voice coming to me. You're in a predicament. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't remember the name of the movie. Or that movie where they're in an apartment complex. It's a prepper survival movie. The people that run downstairs and get let into the manager's kind of has apartment down there, makeshift. I don't want to spoil it, but he prepared for something like this. And all these people came down and they locked the door and people were knocking and they didn't let them in. And there's people down there that have bad attitudes and they don't get along. And it ended up one guy became this guru, and then they end up taking advantage of the blonde woman. And she died because of rape and all this stuff. Like, I think even the guy that let him in ended up getting. But, like, anyways, this story. You with a bunch of strangers, you run for your life, and you find out that there's some food and some water, and you're just surviving. And you may not like everyone, or you may find it you like. You get a little spot, a little bedroom area, then you make some rules. Don't open that door. You don't know what's out there, and all chaos happened. But you getting down there and being with this, you had that destruction up there that killed everybody else. Now you're alive, and now there's another, I was going to say bridge or pothole. There's another obstacle dealing with those around you, dealing with people that are stealing and shooting each other, and raping each other. Like, there's another movie similar to this where the women are being used and the men are being used for sex and bartering and stuff. Their sexual activity is used for bartering, and it's very difficult. And I brought it up with my kids because I'm like, my mind thinks, oh, you prepped, storm came through, you sat in the house for 3 weeks without electricity, and you bought that duct tape, and you got those rolls of plastic, you blackened out your windows, you had those solar chargers, and those battery packs, and you got regular batteries, and little lanterns, you got activities, and cards, and puzzle, and, you got books to read, like, stuff that doesn't take electricity, and you got, manual can openers, and a mortar and a pestle, and you got a rocket stove that you can use in the parking lot with just some debris and trash and cardboard and leaves laying around, and like my mind is like, yeah, get to work. It's like camping. You gotta clean out a spot. You gotta make this thing warm. You gotta do stuff while the daylight is light. You gotta go gather your water, and everyone's gonna go to bed after eating this soup and putting your tea in a cup. So you have these thermoses. You keep your water hot, and you're gonna lay down that night with your 3 or 4 layers of clothing on, and your snow pants, and your Sub-Zero or your Zero sleeping bag, and your dog's got food because you got a 55-gallon drum of food for the dog, and you got your protection to protect you, and you got your crank radio to keep like my mind is like it's like camping. It's like work, but it's like fun, and you're just like, okay, you got to move forward. This is what our ancestors, the hunters and gatherers. But it's that social aspect. Someone try to see you go out and say, oh shoot, didn't we leave something in the car? Well, let's go out. run out and get it real fast. It's quiet. Someone go, take your keys to come into your house or take your car, you know. That's all. Oh, crap. Then the person that was your partner in the house is now alone, you know, and potentially being assaulted. Like that. I don't like to think about. I put these pearls at the end of my video. It's grounds for another whole new video, and I get scared and nervous talking about this, so I don't necessarily make a whole new video with this from the beginning. I wait for people who can fast forward or watch my videos. Going through the social aspect in the martial law type aspect of a scenario. And the regulation, it's not about the regulation, do something to protect others. It's a regulation that you might not be able to get money out of the bank, you know. You might not be able to, you might have a single person go and get a bottle of water and a pack of toilet paper from the store and a pack of dry foods and 2 packs of Band-Aids or first aid supplies. A single person. But you got 6 kids. You got 8 kids. Or grandma and grandpa lives with you, your sister, and you're going to the store for them because you have the strongest immune system. And you have 10 people living in your compound. And you got to still get the same 1 gallon of water, 1 pack of toilet paper, 2 packs of Band-Aids. You're like, this is not enough. You're going to risk and bring someone else with you. Keep increasing the risk that you're going to contaminate or get nuke or biological threat or, you know, whatever, flood or dangerous roads. You'll be restricted. It's not like a food pantry. You just give their names and ages and addresses of your family members. Oh, that person gets 4 cans of tuna, where your family of 3 or 4 gets 2 cans of tuna. You know what I mean? They don't do that when they do. People try to get mad at people because they come back in the store 2 hours later or whatever. And with this COVID thing, closing bathrooms, limiting stuff, I had started getting views for truck drivers, and that's almost like a bugging out as you're just like traveling over the road. What do you have on you? What do you have if there's a disaster? The woman who got stuck in I-95 the other day talking about people in the trucks were designed to have enough stuff to last in case the highway shuts down. Now, I had started getting more stuff on trucks. I was watching stuff on YouTube, that the people that go through that Australian outback, not YouTube, but probably Netflix or something, and some other trucker shows that were on TV. I was getting these Oregon truck driver thing about these snowstorms and this change and trying to get up the hill and being towed or being pushed, and I was interested because I was thinking of Route 84 off the Columbia Gorge in Oregon would get these snowstorms where trucks were drifting. Cars and trucks, the highway shut down, they just had to stop. And the cars, people were coming, trying to drive through to make sure their exhaust wasn't blocked, that they were going to get carbon monoxide poisoning. Trucks were stuck there. I thought there was one year they were stuck there for weeks. If they could have made it to the truck stop, they're stuck at the truck stop for weeks. Stuck on the side of the road and drifting snow and ice storm and all this stuff. And you think about that and that thing I said about the regulations about the water. One of the truck drivers said, yeah, it was horrible during COVID. He's like, I'm driving and I'm riding on the truck. He's like, that's a gallon of water is like a day's worth of water for me. And to say that I can only get one when he's got to be on the road and going to places, you know, places were shut down last year, I can't even imagine it. And yeah, you might be able to find a place to refill a bottle, but I've been working outside and going from state to state for the U.S. Census and working for my other job. I have yet to find a place to fill my water bottle, to fill used water bottle, reusable water bottle. I have yet to find a place. At a park, I haven't found a water fountain. I haven't found a spigot that says potable water. There's one near like some kind of waste thing, like outhouse thing. They said that I could get water at headquarters. I guess for the employees there, they have cups and water jugs that they order. I don't have access to that. They should let us have a stipend to go get some water to keep in our trucks if we're out on the field all the time. And then even that, remember when you get cups and someone would take your cup and refill the cup. And it's like, who knows what lip parts everyone's lips are on that machine with the spigot. But yeah, there's when I'm out in the field, if I was desperate, there's not even a sink to wash my hands. So I wouldn't even be able to drink some nasty sulfury water. So think about that. If you kept a couple of tap water bottles, there's some Evian, these ones, sometimes try to pour the water out and then put that as a clean container instead of one that you drank out of already. Even if you don't rinse out a few times, put like tap water on it, or put some gallon water. Some of the gallon jugs have the flip off top. Put some of those, because it does fall over in the car and leak all over the place. Try to have something in your vehicle, the bare minimum, but you never know. Even going up 15 minutes from your house, you could have a closed road, and around here there's no back way unless you get on a boat and go on the water. So just keep that in mind. I was just trying to throw together that thing about the truck drivers. I don't know if there's a place that had to use the restroom, like maybe the regular over the road has a restroom or a bucket toilet, but if you're doing deliveries, inner city, mail deliveries, different jobs like that, where even plumbers, I don't know, do they ever ask their clients to use their restrooms? Like, just say, oh, I use the bathroom at lunchtime, I'm going to go to such and such restaurant, such and such gas station. We went to all those places in Baltimore, they were all shut down. Every one of them was shut down. No bathroom, no rest area, no porta potties. Peace.